Okay, we're going to try this again. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is the best I can do with my connection tonight. It has been really, really bad all week long. I've been complaining about it. There's not much I can do at this time. So if the latency is kind of jittery, I do apologize. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go for it because the audio is still good and some of you will still be able to enjoy it, I hope, and say hi from wherever you're out there. As always, my live streams are brought to you by Fcustom.com. You can go here and get customized jerseys for baseball, basketball, and football. They make excellent gifts. Support the channel. Get yourself a nice sports jersey, all completely customized. Hit the link below and enter the coupon code WalkaboutRojo for an additional 10% off. So that being said, okay, we're back. Zach says I'm better now. Okay, great. Hopefully it stays that way. It's going to go in and out. I really believe that. It's just it's an inconsistent connection. It's part of life. When you stream from mainland China, you're going to have internet kerfuffles, as Snarkman says. Jonathan's on. Hi from Malaysia. Good to see you, pal. It's late for you too, I think, right? Happy Sunday evening. It's about a little after 11 o'clock here in Zhongshan, China. So it is morning in America. I think it's probably afternoon in Europe. In England, I don't recall. Yeah, he says much better now. Oh, that's great. Okay, so, well, let me begin again. The title of this is it right around the corner with a question mark? And that's with reference to a couple things. The first one, and they kind of go together, is the Spring Festival. Now, you guys know I love to travel, and I look forward to the Spring Festival every year because I have a long holiday that I get to travel. Well, last year, I didn't get to, for obvious reasons, I was kind of locked down. This year, being in southern China in Guangdong, we don't have the same rules, but there are some strange little phenomenons going on. As many of you know, in northern China, Zach, I think you're in northern China too, there's many cities there that are locked down because of COVID outbreaks. The difference between last year and this year is obviously that this year there's more awareness. There are things in place to contain and control. They have a better understanding of the virus now. But it's still rearing its ugly head. And the news here is that I thought you had 5G in China. No, I'm on the Wi-Fi, buddy. And no, I don't have 5G yet either. You have to. This is the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 doesn't have 5G. I'm curious about 5G though. I'm thinking about it. But anyways, like I was saying, a lot of places in northern China, people are not going to be allowed to leave to go home for Spring Festival. This is the largest migration of human beings in the world every year. It's a very festive time in China. It's my favorite time in China. And there are new rules put in place. They came out with new rules this last week, something about, okay, if you want to leave, before you leave to go back to your hometown, you have to get tested and carry this test before you're allowed to leave. And then I think you have to get tested when you come back. There's different rules for different cities, but this is mostly in northern China. So the hospitals, there's long lines of the hospitals right now getting these tests because they're going to be leaving in the next week or so. In fact, it's already kind of started. The city here in Zhongshan, normally in this time, empties out and everyone goes back to their hometown. We're starting to see that a little bit. There are some stores starting to close down, and it's like Christmas time in America. On Christmas Day, everything is closed. Well, imagine that for 2 weeks straight, where all the little mom and pop shops are closed, and really the only thing open is McDonald's and Starbucks and whatever's in the mall and the movie theaters. And so it's a very interesting time in some of the major cities. Zhongshan is no different. Now, I have been told, I know some teachers are being told that they cannot leave the city. I'm in Guangdong, and Guangdong is a relatively safe area right now. That could change, and we're all very aware of that. I'm not forbidden from leaving Guangdong. I can travel to other places in the country. I can even travel to high-risk places if I wanted to, and have to do the testing and the quarantines to have that done. But obviously, I'm not going to do that, right? We were planning on making a drive to Hainan Island and taking the ferry across, but it has been highly suggested by the authorities here that I stay within Guangdong. And even within Guangdong, many of the scenic areas, the tourist attractions, a lot of the smaller hotels will be closed. Uh, they will be checking health codes when you get off the highways, and I'm sure every hotel I check into will be taking my health code and all my information as well. Now, the risk of traveling, and like I said, I'm not going to be going to any big cities. Mona and I are talking about just going for a drive in the Chinese countryside and exploring some of the lesser known areas together, doing some camping and doing some exploring and hiking, staying out of the big cities just for a couple days, and then come back into Zhongshan and kind of clean up and do some laundry, and then go back out again and come back and clean up and go do some laundry. And so there's some areas that we are wanting to go check out that are not too far from my home. I mean, it's a couple hours drive at the most. And again, we're in our private cars. And I think that this is the best way, if we are going to travel, to assure that there are no issues. The challenge with this is, if for some reason there is an outbreak somewhere in Guangdong, immediately they're going to start shutting down the expressways. They're going to shut down the borders. Testing will be required to go anywhere, and as well as quarantines. So that is the risk that we are going to take. That's why we're only going to do like a day or two here and come back, reevaluate the situation. Then a couple days out, and come back, reevaluate the situation. I think that is the best way to go about it. I mean, again, there are no cases that I'm aware of here in Guangdong. And it seems to be all the, mask wearing is everywhere. Wherever we go, you wear a mask. Got to show your QR code to get into just about anywhere. It seems to be they're on top of it, and they are monitoring the situation to the best. They've got these systems in place. Anything can happen, though. So we're just every day, we're aware of it. So that's what I mean by right around the corner. If you are watching this and you're from the north part of China, Jiao, guys. You guys are in our thoughts, really. And I hope for the best. I know that a lot of places up there are really struggling right now, not just with the outbreak, but with the measures that are put in place to stop the spread, which is essentially just lockdowns, everything closing up. I mean, they do it overnight. I mean, there are cities up there that are completely shut off from the rest of the world, just like it was a year ago. But I don't think it's as serious as it was a year ago, because they just have a better understanding. There's more of an awareness for the people out there. Well, we'll see. Anyways, I got another week here, and I've been doing a couple of little projects. Let me get up some photos and share with you. Just 1 second here. Who else out there? Say hi to me. Where you guys come from? I see Jonathan. I see Iceman. Nicholas is coming from Scotland, right? If I'm not, Zach P. Zach, you're up in northern China. How you guys doing up there? Okay, let's see here. Just a few photos today. I thought I have a little video here too. Okay, so we'll just over here. Whoop. Boom. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. All right. Well, let's start with this one. Yeah, Hong Kong. People are still traveling everywhere. They were saying, Mona was telling me last night that there was a Chinese man who came back from the United States that lives in her little garden, and he's done the quarantine. He's done all the testing. He's doing an additional 7 days, because if you do your initial 2-week quarantine wherever your entry is, then when you come into your final location, you're supposed to do an additional 7 days, and that's what they're doing. So they're monitoring him, but I think it'll be okay. Hello, by the way, Wood Scruff. How do the rules work for people in rural areas? Can farmers still work their fields and sell goods? I'm sure they can. This is mostly for the big cities. I mean, most of the people who are in the big cities are trying to get back to the rural areas for the Spring Festival. That's kind of the way it goes. When the news dropped this week, it was kind of confusing. No one really knew exactly who it pertained to. It came out of Shanghai. And was it only for people in Shanghai? No, it's countrywide. And then they started like walking it back a little bit and saying, okay, no, that these are the people. If you go to medium and high risk places, then you have to have a test before you go. If you go to those places, when you come back, you got to do some quarantines. So the best thing to do is just not travel. Again, I've been told that I'm not prohibited from traveling, but I highly suggested that I stay where I'm at. So we're just going to stay around Zhongshan in the local area, a few places around Zhongshan, stay in Guangdong. I'm not going to travel too far away from the Pearl River Delta because things can change overnight. They really can. And the last thing you want to do is get stuck. So we're just going to watch it. We're not going to go to big cities because the way the QR code thing's here, if you walk by somebody who has been in contact with somebody and they said that your health code could change. So the best thing to do is just stay where you're at. Or if you do go someplace where there's no people. And that's what I was going to do anyways. I was going to just go camping and hiking and a little exploring and personal conveyance. Okay, let's talk about, show you this. Check this out. Boom. Oh, man. Now, I am a baseball fan, as you know. I love playing baseball, and I don't get a chance to hit. I haven't swung a bat in years. This place just opened up in Xiaolan, my old neighborhood, actually, right down the street from my old apartment. And a friend of mine sent this to me just this morning and said, come on, check it out. You get 2 rounds for 30 RMB. And I got to do it. I got to go check this out. Baseball is really not a thing in China, but in Zhongshan, and here in Zhongshan, there's a lot of Taiwanese companies that actually manufacture a lot of baseball sporting goods. And so it is a thing in Zhongshan, which is the next town up between the Zhongshan urban core and the northern town of Xiaolan. And I'm excited to go check this out. So this will be this is one of the things that I want to go do during the Spring Festival. So maybe next week we'll head up there and hit some baseballs. It's a great workout. I'm told there's other things we can do there. Gene, they said they're offering money to not travel. Are they really? I haven't heard that, man. Maybe some companies are doing that. I know in the north, it's a different world, guys. In northern China, and China's a big place. So in northern China, they have a much different world than it is here in Guangdong. A completely different world. So it's not cricket, brother. It is baseball. I've tried to learn cricket in the past. I don't know cricket. I can't figure that crap out. It looks similar. It does. All right, let's take a look at some other photos from the week and tell you about what all has happened and go from there. Okay, so this is a picture of a church. I did a walkabout of Shiqi here. You saw that there were some churches. This one is in Huizhou. This is near Mona's house, and we just I got there. I'll show you another picture of what happened. But we got there I got there relaxed for the afternoon, then we went for a walk at this park near her home. And it's a beautiful park. We sat on the grass and we just kind of hung out and chatted while the sun went down. It was a beautiful day. And I just love this building. It's beautiful. It's empty. There's nobody there. It's never been used. And it's kind of a showcase building for this development area on the southwest side of Huizhou. Very, very interesting. I took some video of it. It was too windy to do any kind of drone shots, but it was a wonderful day to go out. Yeah, it was very scenic. This is in the middle of the city, by the way. On the other side of those trees is the main river for Huizhou, and on the other side of that is downtown Huizhou. And there were families out enjoying the day. It was a wonderful, wonderful evening just to see the sunset. And I spent a couple days out there in Huizhou over the weekend. And Mona took me to this place to get some chicken. And this was awesome. It's one of these, it's not a restaurant like in a mall. There's lots of restaurants like that. And it's not like in an old town. This is like a rural chicken area. It's one of these where you drive down a little dirt road and they've got like lights in the trees lighting your way. You park. And it's loud, it's obnoxious, people are screaming, people are drinking, people are smoking cigarettes, and they're just bringing out these chickens and this tofu left and right. I mean, it was really good. This is the chicken. And in all, it cost probably about $10 for this tofu. And then we had some like banana pancakes and a vegetable. Yeah, fantastic. Very, very cheap. It's one of these places that's like been in business for like 30, 40 years, family owned. And it's like a conveyor belt of people. They just come on in, everyone drinks, they have a great time, lots of families. It's like, it reminds me of one of those places where like on a Sunday, or excuse me, like on a weekday, like a Wednesday, you're at home, you're doing your homework, you're playing video games, whatever, and your father comes home and says, guess what, today we're going for pizza. And everyone goes, yeah, we're going to go. And that's what this place was. It was like that kind of atmosphere. Everyone was having a good time. Again, I've got a video that I'm editing right now of eating in Zhongshan. I've started editing it. There's a couple more I want to throw in there because it's not long enough. It's about 5 minutes long. And I just started the Zhongshan Hamburger Hunt Part 2 because there's a lot of new hamburger places here that have opened up. So more, yeah, guys, the food here keeps me happy, keeps me fat. Then the China Randoms video that I put out recently, China Randoms Volume 16, the last part of that was in the Huizhou countryside. Mona invited me to go to one of her friends' houses in the countryside, a former soldier, and they did home-cooked meal with chicken and fish and vegetables with their families. It was such a wonderful experience, and I can't thank them enough. As you do, when you go places, you're supposed to just like bring a bottle of wine or something. I just brought a bottle of wine, but I don't think that bottle of wine did any justice for the meal because it was that good. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Okay, what's next on here? Okay, so this is the same weekend. This is last weekend. I told you I was gone for like 4 or 5 days. It's because I was in Huizhou, and I drove out there. You can see my car right here, and about a 3-hour drive. I had just gotten, an oil leak fixed, new brakes, spent a lot of money on the car. Everything was going great. I pulled up to a red light right in front of Mona's house, and the car died. And it just petered out. And I thought, what the hell? What happened? Now it'll start up, but it won't idle. I was like, okay, what's going on here? A couple hours later, I called the mechanic and said, what could it be? I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't diagnose it. Everything was been cleaned, the throttle body, everything. And went back out, turned it on again, started right up, and was fine. Like nothing happened. So I think what it was is that the computer just needed to like reset itself. Somehow it got a little wiggly or something, the computer itself. And it just needed to reset. That's my theory. So when I got back, and I drove back to Zhongshan, I went to the mechanic. He plugged it into the computer, no errors, and they said, "Yeah, it's fine." So just a strange anomaly, but it took up a whole day, really. Okay. Okay. So Jamaica Funk, that food was this. So Gene's got some things here. Okay. Hangzhou government is giving 1,000 RMB to people to encourage them don't leave the city during CNY. Foreigners also can apply for it. Wow. Your employer has to apply for it online on your behalf. You cannot directly apply. Wow, that's cool. 1,000 RMB just for staying put. Wow. That would make sense. I mean, it's essentially a stimulus to the local economy. So you get 1,000 RMB to stay put for 2 weeks. You spend that money in the local restaurants, go to a movie, do some little shopping and stuff. It's not a bad idea. I mean, they talked about. I did some things in my classroom about temporary universal basic income during these times when you lock down cities and you force businesses to close and everyone's losing their job. Of course, they have the stimulus checks that they're trying to send out in America. I know other countries have done the same thing. The UN actually did a study about giving temporary basic income for all the gig workers and wage workers that have lost their job during this time. Just temporary. But of course, that's also been in the news lately about universal basic income. Is that really a thing? It's a fascinating study. I'm not 100% sold on it, but there are some interesting benefits that might come from UBI. Oh, wait. Psych says 300 RMB to stay in Tianjin. Hanzhou is generous. So that's news. I didn't know that they were actually giving money out. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're not giving any money to me. My AR is actually quite high at the moment. Nobody wants to pay their bills right before Spring Festival, it seems. Okay, let's do the next photo. See what's up. I'm going to do a party. This is right here. It says, "Do you remember 1980?" I don't. I was 1 year old. 1 year old. You also remember there are disco. Miss the past. This is like a 19-year-old girl wearing this, and I guarantee she has no idea what it means or what it says. This is very common. These English shirts, nobody cares what's on them, and you see some crazy things, and children wearing some of these. It doesn't matter. It's all over them, all over the place. A lot of it is not even English. A lot of it's just gibberish. It's just consonants and vowels thrown on a T-shirt, and that's like the trend here now that you see. This is the same weekend. That hand is Mona's hand. She really liked this picture. I like this picture too. But we were climbing, I think Guayinshan. I think that's how you say it, in Dongguan, on the west side of Dongguan. I'll talk more about that here in a second. This is Chinese class. So at the Zhongshan Foreign Affairs Council is trying to set up some Chinese classes and see if we can get some support. Here, I mean, I've been trying to learn Chinese for many years, and I struggle with learning on it one-on-one. I really want to learn Chinese in a structured classroom setting, and everyone says, "Oh, I know a friend who, can come teach you at a coffee shop." Well, I don't thrive in that kind of environment. I thrive in a classroom, structured, goal-oriented, steady classroom. That's how I learn. That's how I've always learned. But in Zhongshan, that doesn't exist. There was a training center here when I first got here, like 5 years ago, but it went out of business. There's just not enough foreigners out there to support this business. So we got together and said, okay, one of the guys on the council said, okay, we got all these guys and girls, not just European, not just Anglo, but also a huge Japanese and a huge Korean population. A lot of Indians here as well, here in Zhongshan, who want this and need this. And the government said, okay, well, we can maybe supply this. Let's gauge the need out there. And so that's what this was. And it looks like we're going to be moving forward with this to learn some Chinese. It's something I can't go to the local university and learn Chinese. The closest place I can do that is in Zhuhai, which is not very convenient. So I'm very excited that the Zhongshan local government is going to probably be putting forward this initiative through the Foreign Affairs Council. So these are good things happening. These are great things happening. We're supposed to start after Spring Festival. So yes, I need. Let's go back to the comments here. What do we got? Stay at home. Look at the stock markets. You will make more. Yeah, everyone's been talking about that, Iceman. The latest meme, besides the Bernie Sanders mittens meme, which I freaking love, it's hilarious, has been the Tesla stock price. I mean, Elon Musk became the richest man in the world. He beat out Jeff Bezos. I find it funny the richest woman in the world is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. Okay. But Tesla, they say, okay, 10 years ago, you could have bought a Tesla Model S, but if you spent the same money on Tesla stock, you'd be like super, super rich. Just goes to show you, man, right? I don't own an expensive car, but yeah. Same in Thailand with the shirts. Yeah. Hope my Malaysian government will give me money. Do you think they will? Gene says, I do classes reading my students' clothing. They have no idea what the message is. I do the same thing, by the way. I'll have like a 5-minute break and I wander into the classroom and I start reading a lot of them have like, Gene, you're American, Western American pop culture things. Oh, Snoopy loves, Mickey Mouse, a lot of basketball guys. A lot of I saw one had Sesame Street on it. There was one guy who were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was like, do you know what that is? And I have no idea what it is. None idea. One guy had a T-shirt. This is true. Like last year, the shirt said, what did it say? Oh shoot. It said, I am a whore. 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 And I was like, okay. And the poor guy, I quietly said, do you know what that is? He's like, no. And everyone wants, so I took out Siri. I say, hey, Siri, how do you say I am a whore in Chinese? And put it to the mic, and Siri translated it, and just a roar of laughter, man. The poor guy. The contents or the cultural references. Yeah, they don't know either one. But it's kind of it's an opportunity to teach. It's a teaching opportunity, I've actually incorporated that into my classroom sometimes, it'll take 10, 15 minutes, but I'll see some kind of cultural reference. A lot of them wear shirts that say Long Beach, California on it. And they're like, what's Long Beach? A lot of them wear university shirts. They'll wear Caltech or MIT. And you know what that is? No. Cambridge is a big one. Cambridge University is a big one you see. And so I use it as a moment to teach them about, okay, this is what your shirt says, or this is the place that your shirt is talking about. I saw one that had the Laguna Beach Sawdust Festival. And I couldn't believe that. I mean, of all the things, I'm from Orange County, so Laguna Beach Sawdust Festival is kind of a local art festival they do every summer in this small little rich artsy-fartsy town south of LA. And I'm like, Laguna Beach Sawdust Festival. Do you know what that is? No idea. The picture's nice. So, you pop it up on the big screen, and, you can get a lot of vocabulary from that. A lot of vocabulary, geography, cultural references, and the students actually like that a lot. Yeah, so yeah, lots of Disney. But the misspellings on the fake trademarks are hilarious. That is true. That's still a thing here. It really is. Lots of New York trademarks. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty is everywhere. I do see that. Even the I Love New York, I've seen that many times. The marijuana logo. Gene, I know you've seen this, man. You see young girls who are very, very innocent looking. They have Hello Kitty, but there's somewhere on their clothes, whether it be their socks or a hat, and it's got the little marijuana leaf. And it's one of two things. They either think it's, hip hop culture, or they think it's the Adidas sign, like a funky Adidas sign. And no. And they go, oh my God, I see children wearing this, like little kids, like babies in strollers and toddlers, and you see kids in uniforms playing video games at Starbucks with a jacket with a marijuana leaf on it. Is this true? In this building, if I go across the hallway, past the elevators, across the hallway, there's a business there. And I think it's like some kind of makeup business. They do makeup. But on the door is a giant marijuana leaf on the door. That's the only thing on there. It's got the sign to the side of the door saying makeup, cosmetology or something, and then a giant marijuana leaf. It is kind of funny. Okay, next photo, a new toy. I'll be doing some car videos, so I had to get a tripod. This is a really cheap. This only cost me $10, guys. $10 on Taobao. $10 and throw my camera on there with a wireless mic, and I can do my car videos. I'm planning on doing my friend's BYD car this week. Havel cars, as you know. I'll probably do Mona's Toyota Corolla, which is a killer car. It's a brand new Corolla. The Corollas are incredible, man. Chang'an was on the board. And just today I made a contact with a very famous A very famous KOL kind of influencer. Uh, Not it was a girl, but her husband does car reviews on Douyin and Bilibili and is very, very popular. And hopefully we can make something happen. They kind of told me, yeah, when we get, because they get cars like sent to them, so they drive it around and for like a week. And I said, hey, would you mind, give me like 20, 30 minutes to come and film these cars? They just did the Xiaopeng electric car. They drove it through Jiangsu, and I was like, yeah, you give me 20, 30 minutes just to film within the car. They said, absolutely, we'd love it. So hopefully that will yield some interesting things. I'm hoping. So that's that one. Okay. You guys know this, right? Because I haven't been teaching the last week, I've been binge watching The Mandalorian season 2. And if you watch my Rojo Reason News, I did a story about not a year ago, like 6 months ago, that Bill Burr wasn't going to return because he didn't know he was going to return. So that's the story. I just read it. I wasn't reporting that. I just read the news. And I'm halfway through The Mandalorian, and I'm freaking hooked. The first season was good. I enjoyed it. But this second season is just off the hook. I'm loving it. I mean, this is Star Wars at its best. I'm such a Star Wars nerd. So I'm loving this. Grogu is, Baby Yoda. So I'm halfway through it. I've already know what's going to happen in the final episode. I mean, nobody kept that spoiler for me. I know what's happening. I don't care. I still think it's going to be really cool to see it happen. But already I've been very impressed with the. I'm just past the Boba Fett episodes, so I'm starting to get towards the end now. Let's see. If anyone catches the coronavirus, they meant to self-isolate. The UK, the government will give you €500 or £500. This will encourage people to have parties. Ignorance is bliss. It's hard to tell what's going to happen in the future. It really is. I'm got a lot of excitement over the vaccines. We'll see. I went on Taobao shopping spree in the last 3 weeks. I bought a green screen, just like who in Cali. Yeah, he who shall not be named, right? Okay, cool. So I actually thought about getting a green screen. This right here, this is a black screen, and it'd be very easy just for me to get a green screen, and it would be easy. But I'm not a green. I mean, I live in China. I can just go out on the street, but I have a friend of mine that I toured his factory, and that's a vlog that I'm working on right now. It's a really cool factory. He's got in addition to like a gym and all kinds of other things at his factory, he's got a green screen studio. And he's got like the green screen negatives, so it doesn't give you that green kind of film thing. Anyways, he told me I'm welcome to use it. And then there's another office that just opened up from Jolly who says, yeah, I can use it as like an interview area if I want. So there's all these resources opening up for me to use. It's just a matter of time and getting it done, I have so many other things, so many things I'd like to do, but this isn't a full-time job for me. This is just my hobby, and it's just the whiteboard is filling up. I need time to relax too and finish the Mandalorian. I'm binging The Mandalorian too. It's amazing. I'm 5 episodes in. Okay, so you're right about there with me. I think I'm in episode 7 with you, Gene, and it's freaking awesome. The internet ruined the Luke Skywalker thing for me too. Okay, so it's out there. So in case you haven't known, Luke Skywalker's coming back. But I was also told that the CGI of Luke Skywalker kind of takes you out of it. But still, I can't wait to see him kicking ass with his lightsaber. Okay, WandaVision is interesting too. I want the green screen for some fun stuff. Yeah, you can have it's an inexpensive toy for your videos. But I'm not gonna. One thing I thought about doing though is some green screen videos. There seems to be a market out there for green screen content. Just hover my drone above a street for 20 minutes, or set up my camera in some kind of office setting, a really cool area, and just let it run for 20 minutes. Might do some stuff like that. It's simple, but Let's see. Okay, what's next? Okay, Guayinshan. Okay, this is where we went in Dongguan, and that's the Guayin. Now, this is a smaller one. This is a famous one in Dongguan. We couldn't go up there. It was closed, and all the monks were like cleaning it up and doing some maintenance. And there wasn't anybody else there, anyways. But it was a beautiful day to just go for a walk on the mountain. It was very, very empty. It was a Monday, so there's nobody there. And they have these white doves that fly all around this area. It's so picturesque and so iconic. The statue itself was cool, but it doesn't hold a candle to the one in Xiaolan. In Foshan, which I've been to many times. I've made videos on it. That one is the largest one I have ever seen in my life. Everyone talks about the one in Hong Kong. The one in Hong Kong has nothing compared to the one in Foshan, which is like it's an hour's drive from here. I should go back. Maybe we'll do that for Spring Festival. We'll go back to Xichao if it's open. If it's open. I don't know if you can hear it, but right now the monks, there's a temple next to my apartment. I'm on about the 12th floor. Go across the street. Down there is a brand new temple, and the monks are chanting. They're singing right now. It's beautiful. What's WandaVision? You guys got to fill me in. You guys are talking about WandaVision. I don't know what that is. Is that another Star Wars? That's not another Star Wars show, is it? I don't know. Okay, is there another photo? Okay, so I will be moving my apartment. We kind of made this decision. I want this same unit, just on a couple floors higher, or the bigger unit. I haven't really decided yet. And we're talking about getting one of these groovy Murphy beds. Because, again, this is not my home. I don't live here. My home is at the college, which is empty right now. Living at the college is wonderful because there's no construction. All the kids are gone. It's just, again, it's me and the cats. They've actually closed the top part of the campus to everyone. I'm the only one allowed. Me and some maintenance guys are the only ones allowed up there because I live there. And it's wonderful to have it quiet and peaceful yet again. School for me, the classes will start the second week of March. So I have a few weeks left. And so right now I'm there, I'm cleaning, I'm enjoying, I'm sleeping a lot, I'm getting a lot of sleep, getting ready for this. But as far as the studio goes, right now I've got this big bed over here that actually belongs to the management company. I hate it. It's hard. It's too big. It's behind this black screen. And what I want to do is invest in one of these Murphy beds so that when people come to my studio, they have a place to sit and they're not seeing my a bed, a sleeping area. You know, I think it's just be a little more professional. So I'm just going to buy one of these suckers, I think. So, okay. So that's it for the photos. Let's see. WandaVision is the latest Marvel series. Okay. Living... What is that? Living idealized suburban lives, superpowered beings, Wanda and Vision. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I saw this. Yeah, I remember this. Scarlet Witch and the Vision from MCU. The references to 1960s sitcoms are fun. All the Easter eggs. Dick Van Dyke, Bewitched, Brady Bunch. Okay, good recommendation. Yeah, I'll check that out. The series is ongoing right now, right? They haven't released the whole series. So. Yeah. Is it the same actors as from the movies? Is it got the same dude playing Vision? That guy is great, by the way. I love that. I don't remember his name, but he's been in a bunch of movies. Yeah, I'll be able to find one on Taobao. No problem. Yeah. Again, I have about another 5 weeks left in this studio. I can stay longer if I wanted to, but there's a couple other places up a little higher that are cheaper, and I can. All the furniture that's in here doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the management company. These desks are the only thing that belong to me. Everything else belongs to the management company, and I don't like it. I don't like this yellow couch. I don't like that giant, uncomfortable bed. I've got to I've got to have my own space. Plus, I've got my clothes out here. The kitchen is wide open, and of course the bed. I never make my bed, and it's just unprofessional. So when people come to the studio, I want them to feel like it's a professional place. I don't want them to think that they're coming to my hotel room. That's not cool, right? So okay, it's the same actors. Will lead into the next Doctor Strange multi-universe film. Did they ever find out if Daveed Diggs was going to play that role? Gene, we talked about it. They did announce that they were going to basically retire the Black Panther character. So T'Challa will not be recast in honor of the loss. So originally I thought Daveed Diggs would be a good replacement for him, but they're not gonna recast him. At least for now. I don't think that they can go for very long without recasting that character. But I support the decision right now. It kind of makes sense. Okay, let's do some shameless self-promotions, shall we? All of my live streams are brought to you by Fcustom.com, where you can get customized jerseys for baseball, basketball, and football. Completely customized. They make wonderful gifts. They have a sale going on for Valentine's Day. Hit the link below and hit the coupon code WalkaboutRojo for an additional 10% off. Again, I have family and friends who have bought all these. I have one. They're pretty cool. All right, next is my website, which I haven't updated in a very, very long time, but I got to put it out there. It's got different ways to contact me. I'll be starting 2 new YouTube channels soon. I'll be announcing those. Those are no work involved. They're pretty simple, basic stuff, other little projects that I'm doing, not in reference to this channel in any way. And some hotel reviews that I'll be doing. You've already seen the hotel reviews, the videos on the channels, but I do the write-ups on here. So that's still going. You can get on my Facebook page and see some of the places that I go. I always post photos here, the places I'm at before the videos come out. If you want to, you can support me on Patreon. I have 5 Patreons. I make $26 per month. Thank you all very much for those who donate to the channel. This is not a for-profit endeavor. This is a complete hobby. Your money actually really does help. It helps to go pay for this studio, so I have a place to work. It helps to pay for my coffee that I drink when I edit my videos. And as you know, I spend much more money on equipment and just my hotel stays alone. So any kind of support you give me, I love it. And to all the patrons out there who support any content creator out there, you guys are the true heroes, because Google doesn't pay enough, apparently. Also, you can buy me a coffee if you like. Just support me on support the channel, support me. Okay, so let's go to before we go to the news. There's the first one. Okay, let's go to the news. This came out just today. China's beauty standards. We talked about these comparing to the West. I think these are kind of interesting. So I think they're both cute. I think this one's hot. This one's more like a cute, I guess. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and much like the evil queen's magic mirror said, the fairest of them all usually fits the specific description. Let's look at some of the female beauty standards of both Chinese and Western society. I didn't write this. These are not my opinions, so don't blame me if you disagree with them, okay? Where does this come from? I'll come down here. Where does it come from? It comes from pandabuddy.net. So this is theirs, not mine. So let's go through it. If you're someone coming to China from a Western background, you might be surprised at how people's views of beauty can be different. How different? Take a look and discover the 4 ways China and the West differ on their conception of beauties. Number 1, of course, is skin tone. Pale versus tan. Now, I am the palest, whitest dude you'll ever meet. And my channel is Walkabout Rojo, and I'm called Rojo in the family because I have red hair and fair skin, but I have a lot of Hispanic blood. I mean, my family surname is a Hispanic surname. And when I tell them people my surname, my family name, they look at me and they go, "Really? You? How is that possible?" Right? So I grew up with this. And being in Southern California, growing up there and being near the beaches, everyone is tan and, fit, and that's like the beauty standard. Everybody. Then you come to China, and it's not just China, by the way. It's Korea, it's Japan. Everyone's got these umbrellas. They got long sleeves on in the summer. They don't go to the beach and sunbathe. They stay out of the sun. So it's just the complete opposite. And everyone says, I don't want to be dark. I don't want to be dark. I'm like, well, if you go other places, you want to be dark. So in China, a pale skin tone is highly desirable. A creamy complexion is considered proof of a sheltered lifestyle. Yeah, everyone knows that. As it shows the person has no need to work under the scorching sun. That's just an outdated notion, if you ask me. Because in the West, if you had tan, people say, oh, that's because you don't have to work inside all the time because you have enough money that you get to live an active lifestyle and you get to go out and have fun. It's not Rodriguez or Martinez. I'm not going to tell you what it is, man, but it's a common one. It's similar to that, though. Western society, on the other hand, is far less homogeneous and features multiple skin tones. However, one feature is appreciated above others, regardless of complexion, and that's tans. In the West, tan skin is associated with health and beauty, as it proves a person regularly exercises and has free time needed to engage in outdoor activities, or at least did until fake spray tan became a thing. This is true. 12 years ago, no, longer than that, when I first came back from the military, I was gifted like a 5 set of Mystic spray tans. And I remember I think it was my brother's ex-wife at the time was like, Paul, you're too pale. And because I shaved my head, it looked like I was a skin cancer patient. And my mother actually said, Paul, you look like you're a cancer patient. You're just white. And I grow a beard now and give me a little color to my face. But I went and I did this spray tan thing I tried it for a week. I tried it the first time. The first time I tried it, and it was orange. You sit there, you're pretty much naked, right? And you go in, you put these things on your palms of your hands so it doesn't spray your hands, but it sprays the back of your hand. And it sprays you. It's not a person, it's like a machine. And then you turn around and it sprays you. And you come out and you're tan. And this is the first time I've ever done it. So I went home, I'm just feeling grimy. I got in the shower. And when I dry it off, I got these streaks across my body of stupid. Yeah, so I tried it again. And there were like maybe 2 or 3 people that said it looked okay, it looked good, but it only lasts like a week. And it's so fake. And as soon as you exfoliate your skin or wash your hair or do something, it comes off. It's a waste of time, the spray tan stuff. Rojas. No, it's not Rojas. Keep guessing, Gene. You're not going to get it. I'll give you a hint. There is a town in South Texas that is the same name as mine. Okay. Body type, slimness versus fitness. This I agree with. This seems to be the thing. In current Chinese society, a thin body is considered the ultimate goal. A delicate bone structure, long and slim legs, tiny waist, soft curves. The size of the chest is behind is not as relevant and is often ignored in favor of a thin frame. I think I'll agree with that. Western standards are different. While being slim is also a staple sign of beauty, the emphasis lies elsewhere in fitness and curviness. Okay. The face shape. I thought this was interesting. Body shape is important, but the actual window to a person's beauty is the face, and different cultures have contrasting standards. In China, the ideal shape of a woman's face is a V shape, or a thin, small face with a delicate jawline that ends in a pointy chin, commonly called, oh man, I wish I could read that. I can't. This is why I need Chinese lessons, guys. Paul San Antonio. No. Or goose egg face, because calling you egg face is the ultimate compliment. On the other hand, a square face is considered manly and attractive for men. So this is a thing. So in China, people take pictures, they always do this, right? The girls, they're kind of like this, right? Which means victory. Of course, in the West, it means peace. But you will see them do a couple of moves, okay? So you'll see them do this. The girls will be in photos and they'll do this. And I was told it's because they want that V shape. And it's true, the cosmetic surgery that they get, if they go to Korea, get cosmetic, they'll get the double eyelid surgery. They'll get a nose surgery, and they'll even shave the jaw down so it's this V shape. It's crazy. The other one that they do is this. You'll see this. And we know what this means in the West, right? Put it in the comment section if you know what this means in the West. I don't want to say it out loud, but we all know what it means. In China, the girls do this because it's the same thing as this. They want that V shape. So I have friends of mine who, have Facebook pages. These are Chinese girls who have Facebook pages. They're in foreign trade or whatever. And their profile photo is them doing this. And I told them, look, you can't put that on your Facebook page because it means something completely different. So it's just interesting, I think. Okay, number 4. Cute versus sexy. Okay, I'll also agree. I see this as a thing as well. All the factors we have considered so far, skin color, body shape, and facial structure, lead towards the grand difference in beauty standards for women in China and the West. Cuteness versus sensuality. The preference for pale skin, thin body frames, and slender faces is a result of the search for an innocent beauty, a youthful look that disregards sensuality in favor of purity. In the West, the tendency is the opposite. Symmetrical features, a curvy fit body, and tan skin are meant to display a woman's sexual beauty. Sex appeal is considered the ultimate beauty. Okay. So, again, that's this one here. The preference for pale white skin is historical. Tan skin generally reflects a lower social status. Yep. Yeah. That's not just in China or in Asia. That's in many places. Yeah, right. MJ wants to be white. Yeah. We all know. Okay. Posture of girlfriend sitting in passenger seat determines. I think this is a clickbaity kind of thing, but this is we're going to scroll down because this is a bunch of gifs. Funny gifs that I wanted to share. I thought it gave me a little crack up, I guess. For the first time sitting in passenger seat with my boyfriend's car versus now. So this is the first time. 3 months later. Half a year. And 1 year later. There's some truth to this. There really is. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so there's the GIF. There's a lot of truth to this. You see this in WeChat, the feet up on the dashboard, Okay. This was a speech made by Jack Ma. I don't touch money. I'm not interested in money. The happiest I felt was when I was a teacher and I earned 91 renminbi a month. At that time, I knew that after a few months of saving, I would be able to buy a bike. Check out the host's facial expression. Right there. Yep. He's bullshit. Jack Ma came out of hiding. He's back in the news again. What must I do before every meal? If I can't find any TV show or video to see, I won't eat. This is true. If you go to like a food court, you'll see everyone scroll. I do it too. I scroll videos and stuff, but you'll see people just sit there waiting for something to watch before they actually take a bite. What's this? There's nowhere to hide, tree. We've got you surrounded. What? How can he? Look on his face. He's like, okay, I'm going to do this. The skill. I mean, you go to some like random restaurants here random restaurants, and you just take a look in the kitchen. Some of the skills that these chefs and food preparers have is ridiculously good. I just love the look. He's like, that's good. Okay, are you crazy? The security guard. I'm watching you. What's this? I haven't seen this one. What's funny is that security guard will just sit there and watch him. If the kids keep going, he's not going to chase him. He'll just kind of like shake his head and walk away. I've seen this one. Get off. Oh, poor cats. I raised my new baby duck, but my cat seems to hate it. Poor thing. Get away. Cats. If you come to my live stream, you're going to get funny cat videos, okay? I was trying to make a video call with my cat, and she recognized me. All right, okay. Iceman says, let's talk about Larry King. Yeah, it's been a tough week. I mean, let's talk about a few things. I mean, because, President Biden became the president, and the very first day I woke up, and my buddy sent me a laundry list of all the executive orders he did, and I was shocked by them, and I was like so happy. It was amazing. It was such a huge breath of fresh air. The fact that America is going to rejoin the WHO, the Paris Climate Accords, stop the border wall building, support for DACA, the student loan payment, extensions, the eviction moratorium on evictions, all these things, and that's just a bunch of things. That's just a few of them, and I was totally. It was just a breath of fresh air, and then Fauci came out and gave like a press conference without anyone behind him. He was all by himself. He said, "I just got off the phone talking with the WHO, and this is what we're gonna do." And he started talking about science again, and this is what's happening. And I was like, oh, it's such a breath of fresh air that I don't have to grind my teeth every morning watching the news. It's policy, it's substance, it's things moving in a completely different direction, and it's been a wonderful week so far. And yes, I know that not everyone likes what's going on in America, and I get those emails, and I have friends and family, and we have spirited debates, but it's great to have spirited policy debates again, and with my friends. And that's what being an American is all about, is having spirited policy debates that we're passionate about, but we don't come to blows over it. So it's things are so much better now, and they're gonna get better. I think I really do. He did, didn't he? Yeah. Gene says Fauci looked 20 years younger in that first press conference. He did. He just looked so much happier and freer, and you can tell when he was talking about the science, he was excited to finally explain what was going on. He wasn't